Hey guys, welcome to Wrestling Days and welcome to this very special video as the world is starting to emerge out of lockdown now. I thought it might be very interesting to go back and have a look at what the most valuable WWE Mattel figures were during this lockdown period. Of course, people were stuck indoors, buying and selling, so it really got me thinking, what are the most valuable figures right now? What are the figures that people are looking for, that people are purchasing? What went for the most amount of money? So we're going to look into that right now. I've got a top 10 for you. All of these figures have been purchased within the last few months. And it's quite interesting. A lot of familiar faces, a couple of surprises as well. So we're going to go through it all. It's worth mentioning that I didn't include any figures that have been signed by the wrestler, because of course that influences the price. There's no bulk lots or anything like that. These are just single items. So let's get started, shall we? At number 10, Kane. Hardcore ringside collectibles exclusive elite. This sold for $249.99 on May the 29th, and others have sold for a similar price. I always check to see that others have sold for a similar price so that this isn't just a strange one-off. But there are examples of all of these figures we're going to talk about selling for a similar price. So this is based on WrestleMania 17 and the hardcore title match between Kane, Big Show and Raven. It comes with the full Kane mask, which people love, but a very different ring attire. And obviously this is nothing like debut Kane that people also love. This is very unique. To my knowledge, this is the only Kane figure that's got this kind of attire. And also it comes with the Hardcore Championship, so it's very easy to see why it's so sought after. Number 9 on the list, we've got Bret the Hitman Hart, the defining moments. This sold for $275 on July the 2nd. Bret was a champion at this time and a heel, but only in America. When he went to Canada, he was still receiving a hero's welcome. So at In Your House Canadian Stampede in 1997, we got an epic 10-man tag match that saw Bret Hart, Brian Pillman, Owen Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, and the British Bulldog Davey Boy Smith, collectively known as the New Hart Foundation. They were taking on a US team of Stone Cold Steve Austin, Ken Shamrock, Goldust, and the Legion of Doom. It's such an iconic pay-per-view event, and this, as a result, is an iconic figure. It comes with shades, loads of great detail, entrance jacket, Canadian flag. It comes with the Winged Eagle Championship as well. In many ways, this is the ultimate Bret the Hitman Hart figure. Number 8 on the list, we've got Undertaker defining moments. This, I don't know the price. It was on at $279.99, but it actually went for like an offer that was received, and I don't know what that offer was, but it's going to be around this price. And this was sold also on July 2nd, 2020. Stunning figure. Absolutely incredible. For some reason, it's always been hard to find. This is based on Undertaker's return at Survivor Series in 1996 after he was buried alive by Mankind. This is a very unique look for The Undertaker. For starters, he has wings and a great face scan. The hair sculpt is awesome as well. Obviously, this is well before TrueFX. So they might have done the facial hair a little bit different if they was to make this figure now, but take nothing away. This is fantastically detailed and one of the best Mattel figures ever made. Number 7 on the list, we've got the Rockers Elite figures. This obviously is from the Legends series. This sold on May 12th, 2020. Again, it was best offer received, but the price was up for around the $300 mark. And it also came with its white outer packaging. This is the only Mattel Marty Jannetty figure that you can get. And I think one of only 2 Rockers attired Shawn Michaels. This is one of the most popular tag teams from the late 80s, early 90s. They were a tag team before joining WWE. Good friends as well. Obviously, they split in 1992 with that infamous barbershop segment. And obviously, Shawn Michaels would go on to become Mr. WrestleMania, the showstopper. Marty Jannetty obviously wouldn't fare as well. And it's just very interesting to kind of go back to where it all began for them. So a very popular tag team. As we said, the only Marty Jannetty figure. Love the t-shirts that come with these. A very young looking Shawn Michaels as well. Very different kind of face scan and hair sculpt on this Shawn Michaels. Again, you know, quite a bit of detail on there. Boot coverings look cool. They've got little belts as well. They've got wristbands that are painted on. And there's loads to love about this. But I think it's the fact it's the only Marty figure. It's a very different looking Shawn Michaels figure. And that's what makes it extra collectible. Next up, we've got Bret the Hitman Hart, a ringside collectibles exclusive. This sold for $300 on May the 31st. This is Bret again, just an earlier version. This is the pink and black attack. Based on his attire around Royal Rumble 1993. This is very striking, very impactful, very colourful and bright, and highly sought after. Pink glasses, great pink entrance jacket. Even the packaging is special because it's got like a pink tint to it as well. Loads of detail all over this figure. Another great Bret the Hitman Hart. Next at number 5, we've got Hakeem Legends Series 5. This sold on June 18th. Again, it was best offer received. It sold for $349.99. Bright yellow with hat accessory, traditional like African attire. This is such a fun and colourful figure based on such a fun and colourful character. One Man Gang was repackaged as Hakeem. In 1988, he embraced his African heritage, used to dance down to the ring and everything, and this is still the only Hakeem figure that Mattel have made, and it came right near the beginning of when Mattel started making WWE figures, so it's been many, many years since this came out, and as a result, it is highly collectible. Next, we've got Joint 4th, and this is going to be a figure that's familiar to many figure collectors. It is King Harley Race. King Harley Race Flashback Series 3. This was a Walmart exclusive, and I believe that this whole series had a limited manufacture run. So there's not many of these out there. This was sold on June 28th. It sold for $349.99. This is one of the greatest, most decorated wrestlers ever. And I believe this is, at the time of recording this, his only Mattel figure. He joined in 1986, and WWE didn't really want to talk about what he had achieved outside of WWE. So as soon as he joined, very quickly, he won the King of the Ring tournament. It was kind of WWE's way of letting you know that this is a really important person. Obviously, wrestling fans already knew that, but casual fans maybe didn't. Yeah, this is from a series that came out in 2018. No idea why this struggled with its limited run. I think it's because the series was cancelled, but So many had already been made. But yeah, people just could not find these figures in stores. And that really shows because this now selling for quite an amount of money, nearly $350. But as we said, it is joint fourth, also selling for $349.99, a ringside collectibles exclusive Macho King Randy Savage. So we've got two kings in joint fourth position. This sold on May the 11th. Macho Man defeated Hacksaw Jim Duggan for the King of the Ring title in September of 1989. This is the best looking Macho King figure that Mattel have ever made, and they've only made a couple. And this comes with a crown, a scepter, but for me it's all about that incredible gold entrance attire. That's what really makes this stand out. It's got kind of classic and cool Macho Man ring attire underneath. Nothing too special. This is all about, as I said, that entrance attire. And this being the first Macho King figure that Mattel made. Number 2 on the list then. CM Punk. CM Punk Straight Edge Society ringside collectibles exclusive. Sold for $354.99. One of the most popular stars in this generation in recent times. And this is a very unique figure of him. It comes with a towel, a sling, a mask, a bald head. This is based on Over the Limit 2010, when Rey Mysterio shaved CM Punk's hair off. This humiliated CM Punk, and so he started coming down to the ring in a mask. Big Show would actually, a few months later, take and rip that mask off, exposing CM Punk's bald head. He would learn to embrace it, and obviously we would have like the Straight Edge Society and all of that. This was a really fun time for CM Punk, and CM Punk fans love this figure as a result. But that brings us to number 1 on the list, and I will admit this one is a touch strange because it is a bit above the usual selling price, but I think there's a very good reason for that. This sold on July the 11th for $450, and it is the Shad Gaspard Elite Series 6 boxed figure. This obviously comes after Shad sadly passed away on May 17th, 2020, when he was caught in a riptide out in the ocean. His final act was to save the life of his 10-year-old son. And, he leaves us an absolute legend, an absolute hero. This really upset the wrestling community. And I'll admit that I don't have a Shad figure, and I around this time did look on eBay to see if I could pick one up. And it seems like I wasn't alone. The best-selling figure at this time, this Shad figure that, as we said, sold for $450. Who doesn't need a Shad, a hero, in their collection? So I really like the fact that this came out at number 1. Shad, just so you know, joined WWE in 2002. He was in OVW in 2003. By the time he got to the main roster, he was in a tag team called Crime Time. They were around till 2010. And then he would work on the indie scene for a little bit before leaving wrestling altogether. But really, really sad situation. But great that Shad comes out at number 1 on our list here. There was a couple of other figures that I needed to mention. I didn't include this one because obviously it's very limited, and this will always sell for a great price. This is Ultimate Warrior USA figure. There was only 5 made, and 1 was sold on June 20th. It sold for $1,299.99. This was made for the Ultimate Warrior. It was part of the contract that Mattel had with the Ultimate Warrior. They could make Warrior figures, but they had to make some exclusives for him, and this was one of them. And somehow one of the 5 has managed to get onto eBay. You do see these popping up from time to time. There was quite a few prototypes out there. So even though there was 5 made, there was quite a few prototypes in existence. So you do see these and the prototypes of these popping up every now and again. This one selling for $1,299.99. It's not boxed. It doesn't even seem to come with the jacket that the final 5 came with. So yeah, kind of crazy that this has gone for such a high amount of money. But as I said, I didn't include it because it's always going to sell for a good price. That brings us though to the final figure, and this one I was not sure whether to include because I can't figure out what's happened with this. I don't think it's legit, but apparently, according to eBay, it sold. Not only did it sell, but it had 33 bids made as well. This is Fan Central Big Show, which isn't even that hard to find. Loose, it's not even boxed, and it sold for $10,300. It sold on July 4th for that amount of money, and I can't figure out what went on. I think this was an inside job. I think there was something not quite right here, because I can tell you, I had a quick look. There was another figure, pretty much exactly the same figure, same accessory, not boxed, that sold for less than $30. So whoever bought this for $10,300, I hope they're not watching this video because they officially got ripped off. Absolute madness. And that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this look at the rarest, most valuable WWE Mattel figures during the lockdown period. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and hopefully I'll see you again next time. Bye for now.